Hello everyone and a happy new year. My name is Ryusei and welcome back to my channel. If you couldn't tell from the title or thumbnail of the video, today for our first video of the year, we're going to be working on building my Skirk. I've had her sitting on my account for a while. I got her right before the llama banner by doing a random 10 pull trying to build pity. I haven't built her yet because I was waiting for an Escoffier rerun, but now that I thought about it, I feel like it'd be better to have her built already so I'm not rushing to build two characters very quickly. I'm also planning on building a little makeshift team for her, which we'll get into a little bit later in the video. I hope you can get cozy, get a drink, and put me on in the background while you do something else. Let's get started. Looking at my Skirk here, you can see I have her sort of partially built. I got her to level 50 and she's at friendship level 10. I should have some materials left over from when I was trying to build her a while ago, so we shouldn't have to farm too much. I also have her on light of foliar incision. The effect doesn't really do much for her, but the crit damage plus the crit rate stat that it gets in the effect is really useful as like a stat stick. I also already have a full set of artifacts for her that I got when I was farming for my Varessa a while ago. They're pretty decent. I don't think she has the best build ever, but I think for the pieces that I have, it's pretty okay. Definitely want to replace that cryo damage goblet to something that has crit rate and crit damage. I also feel like she's lacking a little bit of attack, but hopefully when we level up her weapon, it'll lessen that effect. But if you guys have any suggestions on how to improve her build, I'm always open to learning. I have her at Constellation 0, and then I have not leveled up any of her abilities. So we definitely have her work cut out for us. Now that we've talked about Skirk, we can go over and look at her teammates that I'll be using for her. Charlotte will be replacing Escoffier in the team with Farina and Mona. I'm not going to be investing too much into Charlotte since I'm going to kind of kick her to the side once Escoffier reruns, but I would like to get her to level 70. I also have her at Constellation 4, which I really don't know what it does, but I think it makes her a better healer or something. I also have Mona at C1. I would love to get her to C3 for the 15% crit rate during Omen. But yeah, that is my plans for my Skirk. Obviously, we're going to start by ascending her and seeing how far we can level her. So let's get started. I think I'm only going to be able to ascend her one time, and then we're going to have to go look for some stuff. But here's level 60. We do have a good amount of bugs, which is good. It looks like we're going to need some more crystals, which I should have enough to make. We're also going to need to grab some more Sky Split gem blooms as well. And I think I should be able to make more of the cogs that it said that we needed as well. But let's head over to Natlan. I'm definitely not going to be able to get the maximum amount of these that I can get from my map, since I haven't unlocked that extra area from inside of the volcano. But I think we should still have enough to get her to level 80 at least. But I'll probably have to wait till the reset to get her to level 90. I actually haven't been to this part of Natlan since I built Varessa a while ago when she first came out. Yes, I'm an OG Varessa haver. I know in my previous video I talked about being tempted to pull for Varessa's weapon, and I did use some of my Columbina fund to pull for the weapon. Thankfully I did get it, though I did have to spend a little bit because I didn't want to use all of my reserves for it. Now that we're done with that, let's go back to the Skirk team and see what else we need. I'm gonna quickly craft the rest of the supplies. Now we can ascend her to level 70. It looks like now we're going to need some of her boss materials. as well as more of the crystal chunks and cogs from Fontaine. But let's go over and start fighting the boss. My Veressa is probably my second strongest character on this account. I think it's a tie between her and Nefer, but I think I should be able to do this relatively easily. I forgot this thing transforms. And just like that, it's over. Let's go ahead and collect. We got a 3-drop, thankfully. One more time and that should be enough. Hopefully, last run done. Let's keep our fingers crossed for a 3-drop. And we got it! So we have enough to go ahead and ascend her. Let's head to the crafting table. We're gonna craft some of the cryo chunks. And then some of the cog things from Fontaine. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make enough. Hopefully. Alright, we have just enough. Now we can go ahead and ascend her for the final time. I would like to get her to level 90 at some point, but that's gonna take a lot of resources that I want to use on other people right now. So for now, Skirk is gonna stay at level 80. Of course, we're gonna grab our free pulls from ascending her. Now that we're done ascending her, we're gonna work on her weapon, Light a Foliar Incision. I should be able to ascend it at least once, I think, but then after that we're gonna have to go grab some materials. Looks like we're gonna need more of this little bone material, the sturdy shell. We don't have quite enough yet. I'm hoping I can get some from the Stardust Exchange. Hopefully that gives us enough. Now we're gonna ascend it to level 70. I'm starting to run low on enhancement ore, so I'm definitely gonna have to take some time out of the week to go craft some. Next, we're gonna go to the weapon material domain. We're also gonna need to go ahead and farm for some of these marked shells as well, but I think I'll have enough of the bandanas. Let's head to the domain first. This should be fairly easy, hopefully. I'm not that used to the Sumeru domains yet since I just started the region. I missed this one in the corner. I don't have a verdant dew, so I'm just gonna smack it until it dies, hopefully. How is this thing still alive? Let's do our first collection. No purples, unfortunately, but I'll do it like, I think, 1 or 2 more times, and hopefully we'll get some. Yes, 2 purples this time, and I think that should give us just enough. Next on our list, we need some marked shells. I don't have any more of the craftable materials from the Stardust Exchange, so we're gonna have to go ahead and kill some things to go get some. Unfortunately, they're all in the desert, which I don't have unlocked yet, so this is probably gonna take a while. I'm here walking to the first consecrated beast, and I see this flying Haley churl. I thought maybe there was a tower that hadn't loaded in yet, but it's just him, and he's standing there. don't want to disturb him. It took forever, but we're finally at our first one. Oh, I didn't know it dropped raw meat. That's useful. This one's like a bird enemy. I didn't know birds had shells. How does it drop them? This one reminds me of a serpent or some kind of like saurian dragon thing. That's all the game wants to show me for today, but we can only make 7 so far and we need a couple more. I'm probably gonna have to wait until tomorrow then to get the weapon to level 80, but until then we can work on her talents. We're gonna focus on her skill and her burst. Her basic attack isn't that important. I would like to get them both to level 8, but we'll see how far we can get. It looks like we're gonna need to grab some gears that I can get from the Stardust Exchange. We're probably gonna need more as those for Charlotte as well, so I'll make sure to grab them later. Looks like we need the blue version of the cogs now. And thankfully I do have a good amount of her weekly boss drops. Before I craft that though, I'm gonna see how far I can get her burst. We got it to level 6. OMG, shout out to Tomoe on my Genshin friend list. She's gonna let us go to her world. Now that we're here, we can get more of those marked shell drops for Skirk's weapon. And she has waypoints, thank god. We're just gonna fight the same enemies over again, so shouldn't take too much time. I'm now realizing fighting the Electro Scorpion with an Electro character was probably not the best decision. It took forever, but finally it's dead. We're on to the next one, and I made sure to switch out Varessa for Mulani. Now that this one's dead, I want to go check to see if we have enough. We have 5 and we can craft 10, which gives us just one above the amount that we need. Let's make sure to give Tomoe a big thank you and head back to our world to finish leveling up the weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and craft all the things that we need. Level 80 Ascension. Watching my Mora go down hurts my soul a little bit, but it's okay, it'll go back up. This weapon actually gives a lot of crit damage, so I'm hoping her ratio looks pretty decent. 73 to 219. Not bad, not bad. Now we can go back to leveling up her talents. which we need to craft more of the gears from Fontaine. I might not have enough, but I should be able to buy some from the Stardust Exchange, so I'm not too worried. Okay, let's get her skill to level 8, hopefully. I don't think I have enough materials to get her burst to level 8, but we should be able to get it to level 7. Alright, I crafted what we needed. We can get that to level 7 now. I'll try to get that to level 8 in my own time. But I think that means our Skirk is done. She's at 73 to 219, which I wish I had her at like 80 crit rate. But honestly, I think it's not bad for a starter build. Of course, once I get a Scoffier, I'll try to perfect her a bit more. But now we can start working on her teammates. First up, we have Farina, which I don't think I'll be changing anything on her. As you can see, she's level 90, she is 84 to 123, and she has like almost 200 ER, and her skill and burst are at level 7. Which, now that I'm looking at it, I can get this to level 8, which is better. So yeah, now they're both at level 8 technically. She does have on a 4-piece golden troop, and she has the Favonius sword as well, so I think for Farina's sake, we're all done. Charlotte is the one that needs the most work since she's level 1, so I'm probably gonna leave her to do last. Mona, however, is already level 60 and has like some artifacts already and levels in her talents, so we're gonna start working on her first. For her boss, we're gonna need to fight Oceanid at least one time, since that's all I have the resin for. And then obviously make some hydro chunks, and then getting those darn mushrooms. For her weapon, I think I'm gonna be putting her on TTDS for the attack bonus, since for the rotation she'll be going last. And she'll be able to transfer that attack bonus to Skirk. Onto artifacts, I'm kind of torn between two sets. I know some people use tenacity on her, but since I don't really have a shielder on the team, I feel like it's not really worth it, so I'm leaning more towards Noblesse Oblige. I don't think I have that many in Noblesse pieces, but we can go and look. Right now I have her on a 4-piece instructor. I'm mainly looking for pieces that have an energy recharge substat, like this flower over here, which I'll definitely take. My only other character that has Noblesse pieces is Bennett, so I don't really have many to choose from. I'm probably gonna end up strongboxing her a set. For now, we're gonna go ahead and fight Oceanid so we can get her to level 70. This fight takes forever, so I'm probably gonna cut out most of it. It's been actual years since the last time I fought Oceanid, so it is kinda nostalgic for like 1.0 Genshin. And that is the end of our first round, and hopefully our last round if we get enough. I think we need at least 2, so it should be fine. Next I'm gonna go grab the mushrooms, which I'm gonna cut out so this video isn't too long, so I'll be right back. And just like that, we can ascend our Mona and get her to level 70. I forgot just how annoying getting those mushrooms are, so thankfully we had Mika with us. And here is level 70 Mona. For her talents, I'm just gonna focus on her burst. We're just gonna see how far we can get it. Looks like we're stuck here for now, but once we get her to level 80, we'll be able to get it to level 7. I'm out of resin for the day, so I won't be able to do anything else, so I'll come back tomorrow for a day 2 and we'll continue where we left off. It is day 2 of building a team for Skirk. Yesterday, we finished building Skirk and started doing some work on Mona. Today, I want to try to get Mona a full artifact set, and then probably level up Charlotte as well. We're gonna start by strongboxing some Noblesse Oblige pieces. The main sets don't really matter to me, I'm really just looking for energy recharge, since I know her requirements are like around 190 to 200. Let's do our first roll. Fingers crossed for some good pieces. Double crit EM, but no ER. Okay, defense percent with ER, HP percent with ER, I'll take those. Flower with ER, I'll take that. The sands don't really matter since we already have an ER sands from off-piece. I did one more roll just to see if we can get anything else. Oh, okay, attack percent with ER and EM. And then crit rate with EM. Alright, so now she has a full set of noblesse oblige, which gives her about 140 ER. I'm going to get the ER sands to level 20. I know the substats on it aren't really great, but we really just need the energy recharge so she can burst somewhat consistently. It is now fully leveled, which should give her a nice boost. She's at 184 now. I need a little bit more. We're probably going to get her to level 80, and I believe she ascends with ER, so it should give her a little boost as well. Next, we're going to move on to Charlotte, who needs a lot of work since we're building her from scratch. I'm only going to be getting her to level 70. Like I said before, once I get a Escoffier, I'm not really going to be using her anymore, other than maybe for theater. But I should have a good amount of her supplies already, since I think she shares the same boss as Ryusei, which yes she does, love to see it. We need to make more trunks and get some more gears, so I'm going to do that really quickly. To level 50. We're going to need to grab some of this material here, the barrel conch. I'm gonna go do that off screen because I feel like it's gonna take forever. I'm back and it did take forever. Those things are so hard to find. But I'm gonna grab some more gears from the shop real quick. And I already made our jades that we need. Now we're at level 60. We're gonna need more conch, so I'll be back again. It is time for the final ascension. Finally to level 70, which is where we're gonna be stopping. And now she's all leveled. For her artifacts, I'm going to do a two-piece of gladiators and emblem, since she does need a lot of ER. I should have some pieces that I can move around, but I'm not really going to focus on leveling them. We're going to focus on her burst, but first we're going to get some gears. I don't know how far we're going to be able to level it, but we're just going to see how far we can get. I crafted some more materials. I think this is where we're going to leave it because I really don't want to waste my weekly mats on her. So with her talent level addition, it's going to leave her at level 9. Also off screen, I was able to get the materials to get Mona to level 80. So I'm just going to craft what we need and we'll be able to ascend her. Let's go ahead and ascend. Now that she's level 80, I'll be able to get her burst to level 7, so let's go do that real quick. I need to craft more whopper flower materials, which I feel like half of this video has been me in the crafting menu. That should be all we need. Now we can go ahead and level it up. And it's done. This is Ryusei from a couple days in the future, and I realized I never did a proper final showcase of everyone's builds. So if you look at Skirk here, she's level 80, and we got her to 81 to 210 for her crit ratio. I was able to get her an off-piece flower that helped her balance out that crit rate a little bit more. Other than that, nothing has really changed about her build. Next is Farina, which we didn't really change her in the video. So next is Charlotte. We have her on Favonius Codex, 2-piece gladiators, 2-piece emblem. And she has 220 ER, so she should be ulting every rotation. Her burst is level 6, but with the +3 talent, getting it to level 9. Next is Mona, who is level 80. I was able to get her to 197 energy recharge, which means she'll hopefully burst every rotation, fingers crossed. I'm hoping the double hydro helps her get more particles. Of course, she's on TTDS, and she has a 4-piece noblesse oblige set. For her talent, she has a level 7 burst, which I might get to level 8 in the future. I didn't unlock her Witch's Homework ability. Since I'm not really using her on a Hexorite team, I didn't really see the point of unlocking it yet. I'm sure I will in the future though, once I start experimenting with her more. But now that we've seen the builds, it's time to do some damage testing. I cannot wait to get the Not Cry wings for Skirk. They're gonna look so pretty with her and her color palette. But since there are two ways to play Skirk, we're gonna do two different damage tests. So first we're gonna do her burst playstyle to see how much damage we do. We're gonna start the rotation with Farina, which I should have first then skilled there. Next with Charlotte, and then Mona. And then let's see, gonna hold skill, then burst. Oh, I saw 96k there. That almost like one rotated him. That was really good. Didn't quite kill him, so we're gonna do some normal attacks, but honestly, pretty satisfied. Next, we're gonna be doing the normal attack playstyle. Same rotation with Farina, then Charlotte, and then Pomona. Switch to Skirk, tap skill, and then just start blasting. I saw like a 62k there. It's kinda hard to see with him moving around. But that was like enough to do like one rotation. That wasn't bad. I feel like the burst might have done more damage, but I'm unsure. You guys can tell me which one I did better. Of course, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. But I think that's it for today's video. If you made it this far into the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the hype button if you have the option. I'm so glad I was finally able to build Skirk, who's just been collecting dust on my account. And now I'm really excited for Escoffier to come out, just to see how much more damage she'll be able to do. But I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!